Okay. In 1974, Adventure Comics took a bit of a turn to the dark side. They had been doing Legion of Superhero stories for quite a few issues. And here with number 431 of the iconic series, they switch over to do the Spectre. And if you like your vengeance served up with Old Testament wrath, this is the comic book for you. Here's the back cover. If you think this art looks familiar, that's Jim Aparo. So if you're familiar with his work on the Batman series, he does a really good job with this darkness of this tale. Here's a look at the splash page. This first story is called The Wrath of the Spectre. And you get plenty of his spooky vengeance in this story. The script is by Michael Fleisher with an assist by Russell Carley. And he goes after a criminal in this one with some really extreme notion of justice. So it's really fun if you don't want to have any limits on what happens to people that commit crimes. It's really reminiscent of the EC days, EC comics, where the people that perpetrate wrongful acts or get some sort of justice served their way. Another look at that. There's a backup story, even though this is it's only a 36-page issue, but there's a backup story in this as well. Titled, Is a Snerl Human? And if you've read Orwell's Animal Farm, as many of you probably did in school, you'll be familiar with the outline of this tale. It's Snerl ends up taking a similar path to the pigs in the Animal Farm tale. This is a script by Sheldon and Alex Toth did the art, so some nice art in this altogether. That's probably a near mint minus condition. Got a little bit of stress on the spine here, but otherwise a nice tight flat copy. And we've got another one. Do both the Spectre issues in this run. This is issue 432. And he encounters an evil vice president of a corporation. So anybody looking for a little retribution on your corporate masters, the Spectre's willing to dish it up. In a graphic way. story's called Anguish of the Spectre, and it's the same creative team. Michael Fleisher, Russell Carley, working on the script with art by Jim Aparo. There's a little look at how the Spectre serves up justice in this one. Really nice books, hard to find as any of these anthology series or series where they switch stories quite a bit. People didn't always keep up with them. If you were a fan of Legion of Superheroes and suddenly saw the Spectre in the story, you might not purchase this issue, and I think that's some of the case with this run, where you don't have as many of these floating around out there because they were so unusual. Again, there's a backup story for this one as well. I'll show you this just to show that the Spectre is an equal opportunity vengeance taker. The women are not immune to feeling his wrath. At this time, I think he was still considered Jim Corrigan. I don't know if that's canon today. They keep changing him and making him more and more powerful, but at this time he was considered a beat cop that was shot in the line of duty and had a little more vengeance he wanted to take on the world for what happened to him. Backup story in this is Night of the Slaves. It stars Captain Fear. This is a script by Steve Skeates with art by Nino. This is from April '74. Captain Fear is kind of a strange story. He's was the captain of a pirate vessel, but the pirate vessel was a Chinese junk. I'm not sure if he's supposed to be Chinese or what exactly he is. Obviously, he's of some sort of non-Caucasian origin, because here he's been captured by the Spaniards and going to be sold off as a slave. And this is a familiar story from that time period, where you have the conquistadors and plantation owners and all that stuff. And he escapes from them, but ends up doing a little Harold Flynn sword play before he does. Ends up captured by a group of African natives. So from one extreme situation to another, it's basically the definition of an adventure story. So it fits the theme of this series wonderfully. So those are the adventure comics I have, featuring Spectre. Check those out on Craigslist. If you have any questions about that or want to comment more, hit me up in the comments. Like and subscribe if you want to see more wonderful old Bronze and Silver Age comics.